Hello everyone and welcome back to my channel. Just a very quick video here in response to a short posted by Emily from the Language Travel Adoptee. I hope I've got all her details correct in that. She has this short that's called something along the lines of how open-minded are language learners really? Now, I've followed Emily's channel for a while, but obviously I've been off YouTube, so I haven't really been keeping up with her stuff. But she's learned a lot of languages, and she has a very interesting story that's related to her channel, being language, travel, and an adoptee. So she has a very interesting worldview. And in the video, she mentioned that she did sort of feel pigeonholed by other language learners who are supposed to be, the most open-minded or open to diversity and stuff like that. In that, I think a lot of people, how I understand her video, I could be wrong, a lot of people that she met in her travels around the world didn't accept that she was American and rather chose to identify her as something else. They went by her race and what was physically apparent rather than, what she chose to identify as and her own personal story. Now, she would have a very interesting story to tell, being, somebody who's lived her life, and I have not. I'm just me, but I also wanted to sort of discuss how I feel about it because I'm somebody who has lived in Australia for most of my life, and I am half Australian, and essentially, that's what I say when people ask me, oh, where are you from? However, the question, even though it's the same question, can be asked differently, and I have a few responses, and there's been multiple responses to those responses. Normally, if I'm in Australia and somebody asks me where I'm from, they're almost always hinting at like, what's my heritage and stuff like that, or kind of why do I look the way I do? Because what it comes down to is there is a sort of assumption that people from Australia look a specific way. Even though in the media we have a lot of mixed race celebrities and media personalities now. And so this is something that I have, despite having a very different life story to Emily, have also sort of experienced when I was traveling, people would be like, yeah, but where are you really from? And I totally agree that when people ask you this question, they sort of already have an idea of how the world works and how things are, so maybe these are people that even after living in a country for 4 or 8 generations, they still identify as French or German or something like that. In Australia, I personally haven't met too many people like that, at least if their heritage is English or something like that. Like white Australians don't often, in my experience, go around saying that they're English. They say that they're Australian. Similarly, other people, they kind of maybe think maybe it's like a disrespect to my Malaysian side, to my non-white side, or to my brown side to say that I call myself Australian or American or something like that. There's a bunch of things, and I think a lot of people, like I said, I totally agree with what Emily said, that a lot of people already in their mind have an idea of how things work. Perhaps that's how they choose to call themselves or identify, which is cool for them. It's just something that I guess mixed race kids feel as well, and the complete opposite in Malaysia, because also perhaps of the way I look, and perhaps I don't speak Malay with a completely natural accent either. I don't speak it very well at all, actually. When I say that I'm from Australia, people just kind of go, oh, cool, and they accept it, if I know them quite well, I will say that I'm, half Malaysian, but then that often then comes the follow-up question like, oh, how come your Malay's not that good? So lots of questions and lots of dealing with people's expectations. But yeah, it's just quite an interesting topic to think about and chat about. So hopefully I haven't rambled. This wasn't a planned or structured video. Not that many of mine are. So yeah, thank you so much for listening to me ramble. I hope it was interesting. Leave me your thoughts and comments, and go check out the poster of the original video as well.